What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about Canadian news because as an American, I never get to hear about Canadian news. Here in the United States, from any of our news or media outlets. So today, I want to take some time to learn about the current news and events happening in Canada right now that I otherwise would never get to hear about. So let's take a look, starting with tens of thousands of taxpayer accounts hacked as CRA repeatedly paid out millions in bogus refunds? What? is is this as big of news as it looks? Tens of thousands of taxpayer accounts, Canadian taxpayers, have been hacked. As the CRA, is that like the Canadian Taxpayer Association, maybe? Canadian Revenue Association? Anyway, has repeatedly paid out millions in bogus refunds? Like bogus tax returns? But these haven't gone to. I was going to say, this could be awesome for Canadians out there who have gotten like a tax refund out of nowhere, but this is like to people paying people who have hacked their account. The agency admits it has vastly underreported cyber attacks against Canadian taxpayers. They have underreported these cyber attacks. How's that even legal? I swear this kind of thing happens a lot in the United States where agencies like underreport things or revise their reports later. How is any of that stuff legal? So that happens in Canada too, I guess. At the height of this tax year season, the Canada Revenue Agency discovered hackers obtained confidential data used by one of the country's largest tax firms, H&R Block. They have gotten unauthorized access to Canadians' personal CRA accounts, direct deposit information, submit false returns, and have pocketed more than $6 million. Whoa. I mean, funny enough, $6 million is a ton of money, but like I guess for the Canadian government, $6 million loss to hackers isn't like the worst thing ever. That's still crazy. How? The more I think about this, it's like in America, if you don't report like $600 that your aunt sent you for Christmas or something, the American IRS tax agency will like be on you. They will be on your butt about it. But it's like if hackers steal $6 million, it's like, can't catch them, can't stop it. Like, what? Okay, let's keep going here. Election day has arrived in Saskatchewan, with ballot counting expected to last well into the night. What election is happening in Saskatchewan? Polls are open. Really? What are you voting for? I'm not very good at the whole Canadian politics thing. Uh, it's come to a head in Monday's election. Oh wow, this is like just starting. With the Saskatchewan Party looking to form its fifth consecutive government, with the NDP looking to return to power, there's five other parties on the ballot. This is like for Saskatchewan MPs, I think, members of parliament. You vote for those, and that determines like what the majority party is, right, in the government. I think I know. Maybe I know more than I give myself credit for. The Canadian system is quite a bit different from the American system, although we do both of us have like political parties and representatives, and so I think I get it. Okay. Mysterious blobs are washing up on Newfoundland's shores. You can't make this up. Likely man made, says a scientist. Blobs? Blobs in Newfoundland. Oh my, what is this? It kind of looks tasty. Like a candy bar. Is that weird to say? So-called mystery blobs are washing up on Newfoundland beaches last month, sparking questions over what the substance is. What one scientist says they have a lead. It's white sponge-like substances. What the heck? What is this? I have some hunches, but I don't really know. They're man-made. Man-made blobs washing up on Newfoundland. What the heck is going on in Canada? Okay. They knew that the rat infestation was bad when they found one swimming in the toilet. Let's keep going. A woman has been stabbed to death in front of her young children? She was very sweet. Oh my, it's always so shocking for me, I swear, still. A lot of these horrible, horrible crimes that are committed in Canada. As Americans, we have such a like pure view of Canada. Like nothing bad ever happens in Canada. The nicest people. But sure enough, you see like just like any country, like these horrible, horrible stories. It was in front of her two young children that she was stabbed to death. Uh, Berkty Berhe in Ottawa? What? Ottawa mother of four is being remembered. Jeez. Attacked around 11:30 a.m. That's just scary. That's just, no matter what, American, Canadian, whatever, like, that's just sad. Sad and scary, the world we live in. This British Columbian city had 50 tons of fatbergs removed from its sewers. I swear, this week the news in Canada is kind of making me chuckle, if not get highly disturbed. Every year, Vancouver spends 2.7 million, less than those tax hackers stole. 2.7 million fixing grease damage. Is that what a fatberg is? This accumulates in the sewer? A giant ball of fat and grease and why is that new? Why is that like a top headline? Okay. Geez. British Columbian village is upset after natural hot spring has filled in. Why would you be upset? There's a hot spring. Aren't those things supposed to be like nice? You can bathe in them. Village mayor says resort is worried about liability. They are more than a little upset after a cherished local natural hot spring. Oh, it was a hot spring. You have hot springs in Canada? Is that a thing? In British Columbia it is. It was filled in by dirt. Oh, that stinks. That's really cool. We had no. It was filled in by dirt and boulders, making it unusable. How did that happen? They don't really say. That stinks. It's a natural hot spring in Canada. I didn't even know that was a thing. What else do we have here? Let's scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. I do want to take a look at some news from like earlier last week, just to get all the news, not just the last couple of days. Calgarians have fallen out with their mayor. There's a lot of political stuff going on in Canada right now. Here in the United States as well, of course, with the election coming up so soon. So soon. Oh my gosh. Montreal dock workers hold a one-day strike to put pressure on their employer. Well, America, we just had a big dock worker strike. That's something like I never even thought about. I think most people don't think about how important dock workers are. This happened in the United States, and now for one day in Canada, it's scary because, well, for one thing, let me say, if these, I don't know the details, but these super critical workers, like, need to be paid fairly, of course. I don't know what they're demanding, but putting that aside, dock worker strikes are scary. Dock workers are so freaking important to the economy, to like so critical to the infrastructure of America, to Canada. Dock workers, man, they're all going on strike. We need them. A union representing 1,200 longshore workers, the country's second biggest port, served notice for a complete stoppage. Wow. Sunday until Monday morning. There's a strike on overtime shifts and a 3-day strike at 2 other terminals earlier this month. Man, does it say what they are asking for? Montreal's port strike has ended. Tensions linger over the prolonged strike in the United States. In the United States, I know that the dock workers were striking over more pay and protesting against automation, against robots, computers taking the jobs of dock workers, automation, which is probably inevitable, unfortunately, just because like every industry has, gone the way of the future at, slowly but surely, with robots and AI and whatnot. So that's unfortunate for dock workers and anyone doing like physical labor. That automation might make your job obsolete. So I just think they're trying to get paid more, until that happens and prolong having jobs, which, I can't totally blame them for that. But at the same time, automating this stuff is going to make everything quicker and cheaper for the country. So that's a tough one. That's a tough one. What else do we have here? More election news about Saskatchewan. Scroll down a little bit. Trudeau's Liberals are trying to save the Canadian consensus on immigration. So, yeah, I didn't really know about this, but Canada is having, discussions about immigration, which is very, very relevant to the United States. We're having, that's a huge issue this year in the United States, immigration, particularly illegal immigration. Polling shows Canadians' enthusiasm for immigration may be cooling off. Yeah, I know this is a very touchy subject. The death of Canada's immigration consensus has been exaggerated, but there are warning signs about the public's attitude towards immigration. Immigration is tricky, isn't it? Because nobody wants to come across like they're against immigration and therefore against other cultures. But here in the United States, most of what we're talking about is illegal immigration, which I think most Americans are for immigration legally. Legally. Which I understand is a very long, hard process. And to be completely honest, if I were living in some country somewhere else in the world where it had bad living conditions, I hated my life, I hated my circumstances, if that were me, I would probably try to immigrate illegally into the United States. If that were me, I would be like, I don't care. Like, this is my life we're talking about and my happiness. So I get it, but at the same time, in a perfect world, everyone would do it legally, which is a long, tough process. And surprise, surprise, we do not live in a perfect world. Who knew? So in Canada, I think statistics have shown that it's legal immigration, but it's been too much. Like, costs of housing have skyrocketed, according to this. There's too few houses. Like, Canada literally cannot fit this many people. I think that's the issue. And it's like, yeah, what can you, like, that's just the facts. I'm sure Canadians, if it were possible and everyone could be happy, and you would be totally happy with the current levels of immigration, but it sounds like it's not sustainable. It's not that people are like racist and like anti other cultures. It's like, yeah, Canada is only so big. That's the facts. So, yeah, touchy subject for sure. There's no real great answer. I certainly don't know. What else do we have here? Uh, Schemes, waffles, Whole Food, Whole Foods waffles are the latest to be recalled for listeria. So many articles about listeria contamination in Canada. What is up with that? Wow, kind of scary. What else do we have here? Violence is not good for any reason, says University of Waterloo stabber in apology. I'm sorry, but do we really need to be listening to what a stabber has to say about violence? Violence is not good, says Waterloo stabber. Get out of here. I'm sorry. I don't have any patience for this kind of thing. Student who pled guilty to 2023 stabbing rampage. He apologizes. Great. I guess it's better than nothing, but don't start lecturing me about violence if you stab people. Oh my god. What else? Really going on some rants today. um Canadian cars are easier to steal than others? Okay. I think that has to do with like the technology in the cars, making it easier to hack. Um, let's scroll down a bit more here. There's some interesting Canadian news this week, I have to say. I really have to say. K through 12 schools are no strangers to AI, but inconsistent policies are making it trickier. This is a very interesting discussion for me. AI in schools, because, you know, I've seen videos where if you do homework at school, I'm sorry, if you take your homework home with you, you can literally, if you do it on your computer, you can screenshot your homework and ask AI to solve every question. You can take a photo of your homework and ask AI to solve it. It's a big problem, honestly. They're talking about generative AI, as in AI that can create photos, fake or generated photos. Not always fake. That's like saying a artist making a drawing of somebody is fake. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Um, there's still some ambiguity whether AI is allowed or not allowed in the classroom. Yeah, does it constitute cheating? Is it over-reliance on technology? Unfortunately, whether we're ready for it or not, AI is here and it's going to get way, way better. And hopefully it will be just a tool, just like computers have become a tool. But at the same time, computers are like 90% of people's jobs are on computers. And computers only existed, only so many decades ago. Before that, nobody had a computer. Everyone did something, but now computers are a part of almost every job. And I think AI might be similarly disruptive. Like everybody will be using AI for, oh man. Hopefully it will be a good thing. Body of a woman, 19, at a Halifax Walmart was discovered? Jeez. This story contains distressing details. Too late. A 19-year-old died at a Walmart? Found in a bakery oven? What? She was a beautiful girl who came to Canada. She was found in a bakery oven in Walmart? She didn't work at the Walmart, did she? Was she just shopping there? How'd she get in the oven? What? 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 How? How did this happen? This might be the last article we look at, because I want to take a moment here. She immigrated 2 years ago to Canada. Her mom became frantic when she didn't answer the phone on a Saturday night shift. She did work at the Walmart. Eventually, they opened a walk-in bakery oven and found the daughter's burned body. Oh my God. This 19-year-old girl was cooked to death in a Walmart oven. Are you kidding me? Donations are pouring in. Hey, I have no new information to share. Oh my God. That is horrific. I hate to end on that, but yeah, we've been going at this for a while. Oh my God. A girl was burned to death in a Walmart oven in Canada. And with that, that is the Canadian news for this week. Holy cow. I'm not going to say I enjoyed this, but I'm glad to be up to date. That's disturbing. Holy cow. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of this Canadian news or any other Canadian news I may have missed. That'd be awesome to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and learning about Canadian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.